I want you guys to pay attention to the positioning here. In my opinion, our left winger is in a decent area. My right winger ends up taking the position of the 9, but he comes a little too close. This player here should have taken his chance to cross it in. Having said that, nobody's following up on the far post. That should be our left back, which means that our center back has to stay back. So, right, we kind of just end up getting ourselves caught up here. There goes our chance to cross it. The minute that you have an inch to cross it, like right there, okay, that ball could, be curved into this area. We got this guy coming in as the 9. Great, right? This guy starting to make his run that way near post. Good job. He's coming actually a little too far this way, right? So Luis should have stayed from the penalty mark back, right? That's your area, Luis. From the penalty mark back a little bit. Leandro, in this case, is the left back, should have been coming in here for the far post. And this player here coming in for the near post run. But instead, we kind of just all go jumble up. There was an opportunity to give a pass back here where he could have taken a touch and then looked for either a negative or a cross. And we kind of just get ourselves into a 1v1 situation, and nothing gets created out of it. So watch that one more time as it evolves. Right, again. Right there is a perfect time to get that cross in. Players should be running hard right to the middle. I think you guys get it. In this play, there's a couple of different things to go over. One of them is Cairo. Does a good job here. And then Yuvraj has to come help, which is great. Yuvraj ends up on the right side. And right there, I'm trying to tell Cairo to basically stay in Yuvraj's position, right? Because he had to come out of there. Now Cairo could take that spot. That way we could be balanced.
Stay in his position, Cairo!
Right, he's like, oh, there it is. All right. Now the other player I'm going to be talking to is Josiah. Josiah should have been scanning before this pass and after this pass, and he would see that we could switch that ball over. If he just peeks over a little bit, Luis is wide open right here. But instead we go right back into the pressure. Look how many blues there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blues in this area. 7 if we count this guy. That means that there's one guy back here plus the goalie, right? But instead of going into the open space, we end up coming right back into the pressure. So that's one thing that we want to work on, Josiah, where you're scanning and being able to receive with the back foot and see the other side of the field whenever it's coming from the right side.
You gotta try to switch that ball, Josiah. There's a lot of pressure on this side already.
See, kind of gets us right back into trouble. Right there, you would have scanned, Josiah. I could tell you didn't scan, right?
You gotta try to switch that ball, Josiah. There's a lot of pressure on this side already.
We figure that out. This is going to help our team out a lot. And here's another similar situation, Josiah. This is actually from that same play that just happened. But look at how, again, you recover the ball, we get you the ball, and you don't realize that you have this open space here to try and look forward and see if we could switch it or at least make a play running forward, right? So same thing, your body profile this is your field of view right here. That's your field of view when it should be this. In this situation, it should be this to this, right? Luckily, we get out. That's great, but we get caught right there, right? Good recovery. And a little bit heavy on the passer, Luis. Here in this play, we're going to talk a little bit about our defensive positioning. We've been working a lot on the pressure cover and how the covering players or the cover and the balance player, they got to be in line with each other. And this is a perfect example why. So you see right here, Yuvraj comes to well, he's basically the cover coming to help with the pressuring player, which is Cairo. Um, and in this situation, Leandro, if you would have stayed in line with Yuvraj, I want you to erase yourself from here and put yourself here. You would see that you leave two players offside if you would have done that. But because we're not paying attention to our defensive line and we're going backwards, you leave two guys onside, right? They get the pass there, and off they go. Obviously, we didn't get scored on this play, but it was a very dangerous situation for us. And I get it; it's all happening really fast, guys. But it's the little details that are going to help us win some games in these highly competitive games, especially in the pre-MPL and State Cup coming up. All right, we gotta be we gotta be moving with you, Raj, right there.
Space. You're on.
All right, in this play, Josiah does a very good through pass for Luis. Luis makes a run, gets up, ends up inside of the defending player, and then gives kind of like a panicked little negative pass, which is all good. I feel like he could have maybe done a little bit more with a little bit more patience and confidence. But the player I'm going to talk to right here is Josiah, because after he gives that
Mark, watch your
beautiful
offsides,
pass,
bud.
his movement is to take up that outer space, which should be left for Leandro, and your movement should be into the half space right here, Josiah, into the inside, which is kind of like where the ball ends up. So check it out. You become a wide player, Josiah, when you shouldn't be, right? You're a central player, um, and then Yuvraj ends up going up. Benny ends up staying back. Fine, not a big deal. Good job, Benny, reading that. Right? But if we look right here, if Josiah would have been in this area here, maybe he at least has a chance to go and try and take a shot. Not sure how I feel about Marcos right here. I feel like he should be in this area looking for a near post option. Um, Cairo could have been making this run up to here for the if there is a cross to the back post, and I think that Noah here is in exactly where he needs to be. Um, Good job, Yuvraj, taking up that space here as one of the center mids in this situation. But again, Josiah should have been in this area in this case, and then maybe we actually get a shot off. So check it out. Right there, right where he puts the ball is where this player should have been in this area. This is actually, is this where we get scored on? No, it's not. Okay.
There you go. You're too narrow,
Good job by my wingers and center mids recovering back.
Julian. You're telling everybody where you're going. Everyone's drop.
Here in this play, Noah, just real quick, you gotta be able to be more of a comfortable option to pass to. What I mean by that is you kind of stopping a little too early when you're opening up and dropping. Right there, you should have been rushing to get here, heels on the line, with your body positioning facing here. Right, but you pause, you make Cairo hesitate, he ends up passing it here to the inside where there's more pressure, rather than to you where you're wide open, right? Having said that, Cairo, I mean, let's measure the the pros and cons here. I feel like if you could have taken a touch out, Cairo, and then passed it up, we would have been a lot safer than losing it here. So just a little quicker there, Noah, and then overall just better decision making. Nothing happened. It's all good. Here in this clip, I'm speaking to my wingers in general. This is a new idea of pressing and marking that I hadn't introduced to you guys yet. Basically, what I'm telling Noah right there is we wanna kind of try to take away this passing lane here and force him to either try to dribble on the inside where we can then come in for a tackle, right? Or they're gonna make that pass up to where hopefully if our center mids are better positioned, for example, Benny could be positioned right over here to possibly intercept the pass there. And if we don't intercept it, that's fine. Our defensive player is going to be right on that player that's receiving the ball. In this situation, I believe their 9 is over here, and all they have is their 9 and their 11 here. Which is why I'm trying to tell Noah, hey, cover the outside so he doesn't pass it down line, right? But because they pass it down line, now they go 2v1. Not only did he pass it, but we went in for a block, and we're now caught out of. Notice right now we're caught out of position. He's going to run behind us for that pass right back to him. So, right, we don't want to stab. We don't need to reach. Just he passes it. Fine, we drop back. Take away this space that he's going to try to take over. So this is one of the positive feedback clips. First, I want to recognize there Luis is patient. He doesn't just boot it, right? He's patient. He does a little turning move on him, and then what I really like about it is that he looks for the open player. Noah does a great job at coming into the space and then taking on the player 1v1 to take the outside space. Gives a good pass to Marcos, right? So good, nice and simple. Little body feint, boom. Gives an excellent pass down the line for the diagonal. And then same thing right there. I would have loved the cross coming in. Get these guys, these wingers used to just crashing into to put that ball in. Quick like how we scored in the State Cup game. I believe that was Noah Rodriguez's goal, right? Was from Alexander, driving that ball up the line and then crossing it in. Rodriguez came in as that left winger and one touched it in, right? So we should be looking for more situations like that. Nonetheless, though, I mean, great job, Marcos. Great job, Noah. Great job, Luis, on that play. And then, I'm not sure if it's exactly this play. Let me see. No, that was a good decision. There's another play where we get the ball in this area, and then Cairo shows up here. He has a little bit of space, kind of like this that's being created, where he could one-touch it. But I think Cairo, what he ends up doing is taking an extra touch. And then the opportunity is gone. So if I find it, I'll bring it up later. Another positive feedback video. Just want to recognize the patience that we have on the press. We're not diving in where they're passing around us. Marcos will be pressuring here. Noah is holding his position really well. And notice how Benny starts to take this passing angle away. He can't see this player. If he passes here, then we can come press. But they're having a hard time adjusting to the way that we pressure here. Notice they go for the long ball. Okay, lose the ball, right? And even if he receives the ball, let's say he takes a little bounce, it gives us an opportunity to win the tackle. So good stuff. Good stuff from us. Here's one of those situations where my left winger should be making runs. He should be more aggressive going forward. Having said that, Luis is the one that ends up giving him the pass, but he needs to settle the ball, relax, get a good touch on it so we can give a good pass. So very good read from Cairo there. Luis takes a decent touch. It's going to be bouncy, I get it, right? But you got to settle the ball. You got time. Leandro should have been taking off already. Takes his time, okay? And then Luis, I don't know why he panicked, right? But Luis, get that on your strong foot, man. Hit it with the inside. Play him into that space. We got a lot of time. And if he gets that ball, dude, he's going to go at least get a cross or a shot in.
Settle the ball, Luis.
I think this ends up being a foul in our favor. So let's speed it up right here. So here what I was trying to tell Noah, I don't know if you can't see it, but Noah's going to be in this area here. And what I'm asking him to do is to crash on the far post. Right on the outside of the far post, looking for a rebound or a shot that didn't hit the target. We talked about it at practice, but those are opportunities for us to score. If you're this player, you should be looking for the far post cross at this distance, right? So that's what I'm talking about. No, like we gotta be running in their full speed. Who knows? That goalie could have, try to block it and the ball ends up here, or maybe you could have tried jumping and headering the ball. Why not? Be a believer. You gotta take those risks. You gotta take those chances. Worst case scenario is we get a corner just like in this play anyway. If you want to be a player that stands out, you gotta be that player that takes those risks. And then in this same play, this is where we get counterattacked and scored on. We talked about it at practice, right? Where Luis, let's look at it right here. So Luis, what are we doing, buddy? Just keep chasing, man. You reach for a ball that's impossible for you to reach. Keep running, try to win the position back here, right? After that, I mean, look at how much faster you've gotten, dude. You still catch up to the kid. And then as you get into that position, no need to stab. Once you're in this position, you've already kind of made the angle for him to shoot pretty hard. Noemar's got a very good positioning here. You got players on this side of you. In my opinion, this player could have stepped up and this player could have taken this because Luis does end up getting beat on the inside because he stabs, right? So there, your mentality, Luis, should have been, I'm going to get low to the ground in case he tries to change direction on me. I could at least stay in front of him. At this point, this player needs to forget about this guy and just come here and stab to him. But instead, we give him the time. He sets up and he just places a nice, easy shot into the far post. Right? So a lot of things happen in that play. A lot of things happen in that play. But we fix that stuff right there, guys. And we're in the game, man. We win this game 1-0 in my opinion because it's another mistake that gets us scored on in the second half. So you guys are so close to being a top level team. You guys have gotten so much better, but it's these little mistakes that get us sometimes, So just keep it up, guys. I know I'm kind of going over a lot of things that we did wrong, but there's a lot of things that we did right in this game, which is what allowed us to stay or to keep the score so close. Just little pro tips on this one. Excellent job by Marcos not giving up on a ball, forcing a mistake on their part. right there, because he doesn't give up. He makes this player have to make a quick second decision. What I would have loved from this player is to have the same hope or belief that, hey, we can get something out of this than this guy, right? So Luis, if you would have had that same belief, you wouldn't have hesitated. You wouldn't have stopped there. You would have kept running, right? Once you've seen that, you react. And I understand why you stopped because you're not sure if they're going to rebound it into that area. But we gotta be hopeful that, hey, they're going to make that mistake. That ball's going to end up behind them somehow, right? And then, I mean, excellent try right there. We try to get to it. Unlucky, right? Good job overall. I wanted to point this out. Excellent job by Noah Rodriguez taking the outside option away, right? Forcing this guy to play on the inside. Well done. They can play backwards all they want. Not a big deal. Here, what I would love to see is Leandro don't stay behind him, but Luis has got to come in and help you from this side, right? Obviously, we have Josiah that can help you on the inside, so it's a 3v1 right there if we get this play right? Leandro on the back, Luis from the front, and then Josiah from the side. He can go play wing all he wants or on the line all he wants. We'll close him in back there. Wanted to point out this excellent tackle from Noah. That's textbook of how you should tackle. It's not necessarily always going for the ball. Pay attention how he goes for the body, right? The player takes him on. Most players, what we do is you guys reach for the ball, right? He does a great job bodying him first, winning the positioning for the ball. Boom, gets to keep it. All right, so that was very nice to see. Good job. Let's see what he does here. Nice. And we go play out of it. Oh, this is the play where the PK happens. Ooh. let's see what happened there. Marcos, why do we hesitate? It's alright, we got the PK out of it. Good job. Excellent job. Let's look at that play. See what happens when we do what we're supposed to do. Okay, it's something as simple as, not biting at the ball that allows us to create a situation like this. Right? Wins the positioning. For some reason, the camera, I think, is looking at the ball over here, but whatever. We get a play out of it. He makes a pass up. Right? Get that third man option there. Good through ball. Well done by Luis. Picks his head up. Tries for a shot. Unlucky. And we get the PK. All right. Good job, everyone.
We follow it. Gonna block it.
Golazo. Here's that play. Here's that play that we talked about at practice, where Noah, you should have rushed back to become Leandro's cover. Right there. Right, Leandro's basically in a 2v1. Right, Yuvraj is where he should be. Cairo should be rushing to tuck in here. I don't know if he does or not. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so you should be trying to get in line with Yuvraj or Cairo. But the play happens here, right? This player's kind of jogging back, not rushing, not in a hurry to get back defensively. They find that 2v1. This player does a great job at opening up. They isolate Leandro, and there's really not much he can do, I mean, he's got a pressure. The ball gets played behind him, and all they need is just a little bit of space to take that shot. I'm telling you, these teams are not gonna let you get away with your mistakes, guys. So we had been doing such a great job at getting back defensively, Noah. We just gotta make sure we get back there, and that goes for Luis there too. He should have been hustling back, and it was happening a lot with Lionel as well when he was in there. So just pay attention to those little things, guys. Here's that play I was talking about earlier, Cairo, where you get the ball, you have a half a second where you could cross it in first touch. But once you take that touch and then you angle your body this way, that option is gone. But we see that we have at least Luis here and then Leandro maybe for the back post. Leandro would have loved if he would have been a little bit higher up because that ball could easily end up right in this area. Alright, but by the time that we get that cross in, the moment is gone. Right? If we one touch that in, they're not ready for it. Right there, bam. Alright, but it's okay. We'll get there. And that's it for today, guys. I know there's a lot of little things, but guys, study this. If you were in this clip, but you play a position in which there's something, that I talked about, make sure you study that like if it was you, so that when you go on there, you're trying the right things. Again, in these competitive games, I'm looking for performance now, guys, so it's on you. I'm doing everything I can. I'm taking the time to make these videos for you. Obviously, we're doing what we can at practice, and so you guys just got to go out there and perform, It's on you. It's not on me anymore. I'll catch you guys next time.